Well, it's easy to see why Sunbury is at the head of the Ballarat Football League ladder, undefeated. Another great performance last week, and Benny, they had lots of good players.
They sure did, but I think that it was Ben Jordan that was the best of the lot of them. Ben, congratulations, great win today.
It was a good win, yeah. The boys ran away in the end. I reckon the scoreboard might have flattered us a little bit, but very happy to get away with that.
Redan are always a tough opponent, but you're able to run them off their legs, really.
Yeah, that was probably the key. We knew last time we played them, we sort of got on top late in the game with a lot of our run, our spread. They're good around the footy. They're very good at stoppages. They press up pretty well, but the more you run the footy, the better chance you are of opening them up, and that's what happened late on.
The other thing was that your backline was sturdy in defence.
Backline was fantastic. We had a few guys down there that never lost a one-on-one contest. I reckon they missed a couple of shots at goal that might have hurt them in the wash-up too. Could have been a bit closer, but yeah, full credit to our backline. Stood up well.
Your highlight also was your kicking, straight kicking, 16-4.
16-4 was pretty handy, yeah. I reckon that could have been a big difference on the day. I think, what were they, 7-12 or 12? Yeah, 7-12 to 16-4. So efficiency was the key. We did struggle to get it inside 50 a lot of the time, but once we did, we kicked straight. So that was a good result. And
kicking against the breeze didn't seem to affect both teams.
No, it didn't. I mean, sometimes on a ground like Clark Oval, there's a lot of space, so you run the footy up a lot more with the breeze. Both teams, I don't think it had an impact in the end.
Anyway, congratulations, player of the day. Dinner for two down there at the Morty Alex Sporting Club.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And thanks to Channel 31 for coming out.
And Ben can enjoy that dinner for two voucher down there at the Morty Alex Sporting Club. He can rock out in any of the bars or bistros.
Yes, Ben, a thoroughly deserving winner of that award, Benny. He had so much of the footy all day. He was very creative, along with Jay Cheap, who got plenty of the ball, showed a bit of toe, and ended up earning 3 goals.
Dale Tunick was another one up forward that made his mark. He was able to kick 4 goals, and he was just able to get the ball and do the right thing with it.
Brett Chambers, very solid all day in defence for the Sunbury Lions. He was as cool as a cucumber every time he got it.
David Kovacevic was also good. He kicked 3 goals up forward, and Lob was another that contributed well all day.
Good players for Redan. Benny included Ryan Waite. He was certainly one of their better players over 4 quarters.
Another was Lee Ryle and also Dean Chester. He was terrific. And the big man, Nick Bye, well, he really worked hard at both being a ruckman and a rover.
Nathan Horbury, a real workhorse, a real goer for 4 quarters there for Redan. Very, very impressive player. And the battle-scarred warrior doing his impression of Rick McCosker there was Jake Bridges, who, even after he was injured, kept boring in and getting the footy.
Yes, Dags, as we mentioned earlier, it was a big day there as they had Family Day on.
Just a combined junior-senior Children's Day here. We wanted to combine it to bring the 2 clubs together now. We're 2 separate clubs. We wanted to start bringing the junior and senior club back together again, and we thought this was a good opportunity to have a jumper castle, some face painters. Big day, Sunbury versus Redan, which is a big game. So look after our juniors a little bit. Find later, come about 1 or 2 o'clock, there'll be another 200 or so here. We've got an under-9s game happening. Our 2 under-9s are playing each other at half-time. Then we've got Auskick all over the ground as well, little grid games as well. So it'll be a fun day for everyone.
And of course, Saturday's victory over Redan wasn't the only win the club's had over the past week.
Phil, you had another big win this week.
Yeah, finally we got our permit through from the Hume Council, so we're right to charge at the gate.
And they're doing so?
Yes, they are. Our poor old gatekeeper car broke down this morning, but we finally got there, and yeah, it's all been good.
The Sunbury Footy Club, they're travelling pretty well at the present time, on top of the ladder.
Yeah, on top of the ladder, undefeated at this stage. A very hard match today against Redan. Redan, a very strong finals performance, so it should be a great game.
There's a bit of footy on in the area. This isn't the only club in Sunbury.
No, there's 3 clubs. We've got Rupert's Wood, who play in the amateur competition in C Division, and we've got Sunbury Kangaroos, who play in the Riddle District Football League. But we've got really good relationships with all 3 of those clubs. It works well.
And the way that the club here, it's got a good history.
Yeah, we've been going since 1879. We're the oldest club in the league, in the district, sorry. We've got a lot of good support. We've got Charter Security and Icon Services, our 2 major sponsors, and they look after us. We've got the social club here that looks after us as well. And yeah, it's a really good place. We've got the juniors here today and having a junior day. Yeah, it's great.
The grounds in a lot of games are pretty muddy, but look at the state of this ground. Fantastic.
Why wouldn't you want to play a final here is a question I'd like to ask Ballarat Football League. So, yeah, it's one of the best conditioned grounds in the district, I reckon. It's fantastic.
Anyway, good luck today.
No worries, thank you.
And we also caught up with Coach Rick Horwood. Rick, congratulations. Stay on top of the ladder. You'd be pleased with that?
Yeah, very pleased. It was a finals-like atmosphere. Real big test for us today. against a quality, club, and I think we passed it with flying colours.
The way that you were able to run the ball was probably the feature for you.
Our run and draw and carry is evident this year, and we've got a lot of running players. We've got a good blend with youth, experience, and some of our older blokes have got good leg speed.
You've come across from Keilor in the Essendon and District Footy League. Do you see much difference in the styles of play in the Ballarat Footy League?
I think it's a little bit more open in the Ballarat Footy League. Essendon's probably a little bit more contested footy. Smaller grounds probably contributed to that. I think the Ballarat League seem to have a bit bigger grounds.
The way that the game's played here is open footy. You have to run it, and you have to run it hard.
Oh, you definitely got to be able to run. You've got to be able to run both ways. It's all well at the moment, and hopefully come September, that's when the big test will be, and hope for the playing group that we can actually improve on the last 3 years where we've gone out in straight sets.
All right, well, all the best, because it's looking good at the present time on top of the ladder.
Thank you for you guys being here. You've added to the atmosphere. Thanks very much.